What's up, guys? Ace is here with
Brian,
and we are with the download. And as you can see, we're not in our usual spot. We're sitting in Brian's car, actually waiting to go watch some live music.
I call her Lucy.
You call her Lucy?
I don't know. Maybe I'll change her name.
Okay, well, we're sitting in Lucy temporarily recording this. We're actually going to, what is it? Junction City Music Hall?
That's exactly it. Apparently
Nice.
it's a basement, so I've never been to the venue in particular, but we're excited. I am. I don't know. You're excited?
I'm excited.
Anyways, we're gonna pretty much see three bands. But anyways, enough about that. Let's talk about what we're doing right here.
All right,
right now.
so what we're going to do is we're wanting to review this just before we took off. So we're reviewing Gorillaz' new album, Humanz, with a Z at the end.
Or do you say Z or
Z,
Z?
Z, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. So we're reviewing their album, and so let's talk about Gorillaz for a while. I mean, Gorillaz, you know, they've been around for a few years now. You know, they've had some pretty, big success. And going into this album, I think we were both pretty excited. I mean, we both were like pretty amped up to listen to this album because we hadn't listened to any Gorillaz in a while. And now I don't know if we're so sure. How do you feel?
Well, the way I say it is like, okay, we're not hardcore fans, right? And I speak for both of us because it's the reality. Because he introduced me to Gorillaz and I became the fan right after. But we're not hardcore fans. But we do love their music, and you were a fan ever since he was in the band with Blur, right?
Oh,
so that's the connection right there, right? So yes, I actually expected like a huge punch since we haven't heard from them for not a long time ago, but like we haven't heard from them from a while. High expectations, but no, I would say disappointed. I'm sorry, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I wouldn't say like I was disappointed, but I was definitely underwhelmed. Like I was definitely expecting way more from this album. And the thing is that this was like a jam-packed album. There's 26 tracks on the deluxe version, anyways. And if you're streaming off Spotify or whatever Apple Music, that's what you're gonna find, right? 26 tracks long. I think but even the regular album, I think, was 21 tracks long. So it was a lot of music.
Yeah.
Well, music. But there's a lot of like interludes, like random kind of noise interludes that were kind of in between there.
I caught you. You said noise. It's noise.
It's noise.
It's too much noise.
That was kind of in there and thrown in there, which we weren't, or at least I wasn't really a fan of, and which I think just made the album even longer. Like I said, 21 on the regular album, 26 on the extended deluxe version, and I was definitely underwhelmed. I found like there wasn't really like one monster track. There isn't one there wasn't a Clint Eastwood. There wasn't a a Feels Good Inc. There wasn't a signature track that you say like, yeah, that's Gorillaz. That's that's a really good track. I found I didn't even have that in this album.
You know what? Like, it didn't have that. Like, one thing that really bugged me per se is the fact that I feel like I had to be under the influence of something in order to enjoy the music. And that is actually a little bit of an insult, but at the same time, it's true because it just didn't have any flow going forward. And, I would, let me ask you a question. I'll see this. You being a fan or being hardcore fans of Gorillaz, would they be disappointed of this project?
Would a hardcore fan be disappointed? I guess it depends, because some people like it when bands get out there and experiment a lot more, and so I feel like it's going to be a mix. But I feel like, I don't know, for me, because I did enjoy their stuff, I'm going to say they might be more disappointed than enjoying
I
this
think
album.
they'll be disappointed because of the fact. And, we haven't heard even, the guy's voice as well until, maybe track, I don't know,
five or so?
Yeah,
4 or 5?
five or so. And the thing, that particular song was it sounded more like a song that should be more at the end of the album, but whatever. That's kind of my personal opinion about it. But anyways,
yeah. So I mean, the stuff that they did that was interesting, I guess, with this album, that I would say is, I mean, production wise was pretty good. Even though some parts we just said, where it's kind of noisy. Meaning there's just a lot. I mean, the digital artists are going to be experimental. There's going to be a lot of ambient sounds and a lot of other stuff that's thrown in there. But I think the production of the tracks were done pretty well. But sometimes with the vocals, and there was a lot of features in this. Out of the 26 tracks that were thrown into this album, only I think 6 or 7 of them did not have a feature. Everything else had a feature in it. So I think the mix between the vocals that were, with the features and their vocals and everything else, I think almost kind of distorted at some points in some tracks too, which didn't make it that enjoyable and really hard to listen to sometimes. So overall, I think this project was just, I don't know, it wasn't rushed for sure, because they took forever. It's been a long time since we had something from them. It just wasn't it just wasn't what we were expecting. We weren't it didn't hit up that high caliber of
I think
what we
that's
thought
it.
it was going to be.
I think that's it for Gorillaz. I think there's no more music after that.
You think that's going to be it?
I don't know. 28 tracks, a lot of features. I feel like it's kind of like passing the torch, but I think I'm just rambling.
We'll see. I guess we're going to find out. But so now, if we're going to give it a score out of 5, what you going to give it?
You know, being a fan, not a hardcore fan, I am not okay. Maybe not disappointed. It's probably a harsh word, but I'm not happy with the project. I would be maybe 2 really lame cartoon characters.
2 out of 5. Okay. So for me, I mean, like I said, there was a handful of tracks that I liked. I liked the production of the music from for at least a decent amount of the tracks. I'll give it a pass. I'll give it a 2.5. But that's about it. That's what I give it. A 2.5 Clint Eastwoods for me, and I guess that's the review for the week.
That is the review for the week.
So what are we going to be doing next week?
Okay, la otra semana, the next week, we are reviewing some sort of a really aggressive, grungy band that I forgot the name of.
At the drive-in.
At the drive-in. Hey,
Yes.
We're in the car. That's hilarious.
Oh, there we go.
Should we do it again in the car?
Maybe at the drive-in.
Probably.
We'll see. We'll see if we can make that happen. But there isn't very many drive-ins around us. But make sure you guys subscribe so that you guys know when we drop that video. Let us know what you guys thought of this album. Did you like it? Were you disappointed? Let us know in the comments. And I guess we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Lados.